here with Shawn Stover. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
GE Appliances. Your title is Vice President of Smart Home Solutions.
That is correct.
So what does that mean?
So my team and myself work across our product line. So think of refrigerators, ovens, dishwashers, microwaves, etc.
Okay.
We work across that platform with them to work on their connected strategy and how they utilize the appliances to really have software come to life in owners' homes.
Okay.
The other thing that we do is we actually bring products to market as well. And for that, normal appliances use gas, water, and electric as their core utilities. We look at connectivity as a core utility. So everything that comes out of my team uses connectivity at its core. You'd want to get it connected in order to bring it to life. So it's a very unique product in comparison to some of the other things that we have.
So it's a part of the hardware spec.
Absolutely,
right,
it's a heart of the product.
Yeah, that's great. And I mean, it's such a time for these kind of devices,
Absolutely.
obviously. When it comes to the kitchen, because we're the Smart Kitchen Summit, what are some of the ones that you really find a lot of innovation in, and that you can see even expanding upon where you have it now?
Sure, yeah, we see it across every platform.
Right.
But the ones that people have a positive emotional attachment to tend to be the ones where we see the most opportunity. So you probably like to cook more than you like to clean, right? So,
of course.
So yeah, so you have probably a stronger emotional attachment to your range than you do to your dishwasher.
Right.
But there's still a lot of orchestration that can happen across those two pieces. So we don't want to ignore all the pieces. We want them to be part of the ecosystem. But from a focus and where we put a lot of our efforts and where we think some of the best opportunity is, and if you look at what we've launched, a lot of it is centered around cooking, guided cooking, helping people get more out of their products, and then ultimately overall orchestrating the entire process across the pieces.
So that being said, you brought up dishwasher, and dishwashers, in my opinion, in the past have been pretty dumb, not smart.
Yes,
and I enjoy actually washing things by hand. Yeah. There's actually a meditative process to it.
You're unique.
I am unique in a lot of ways. But no, seriously, there is kind of if you're just doing a few dishes at a time, and it's just kind of a nice thing. But when you have a lot, and you've cooked a lot, and there's a big family, and you put them in the dishwasher and it doesn't get done right, then you've wasted time and energy and resources.
Absolutely.
So what's something that has been in a dishwasher that has made it smart?
Sure. So we have lots of things in dishwashers, from our new dry boost cycle that we've got coming out to our bottle wash jets. So if you think about a bottle, you put a sports bottle probably in the upper rack of your dishwasher. Well, you think it gets clean, but in reality it probably doesn't get all the water and the suds up in there. Our bottle wash jets help with that. But we also monitor what's called turbidity, or the gunk that gets in the bottom, to make sure that product's working fine, and we can let the consumer know, hey, you may need to clean this product. You may need to go in there and get some of that stuff out because you're not getting the dry cycle. What we also do is we're instituting a feedback loop as well. So how was the cycle that you just went through, so that we can take it back to our product teams and iterate on that and get it right. And so
how is the consumer sending you that information?
Through our application. Through our application. So our connected platform really allows us to get deep inside the appliance, well beyond just the Wi-Fi boards that are in the product that give it connectivity. We can get all the way down into the firmware of our products and actually change the software and the functions of those products as well.
And that's great, because when you're dealing with firmware, as you know, obviously, you can do the upgrades and you can do the updates, and then you don't have to buy a whole new device.
Correct. Yeah, this is, when you think about, I get a lot of questions of, why do I want to buy a connected appliance? I don't want it to get out of date. I don't want to, have these updates.
Right.
And my answer is, well, why wouldn't you buy a connected appliance? Because just like a car, the day I drive it off the lot, it loses money. Same thing with a product. As soon as I install it in my home, it doesn't get any better if it's not connected.
Right.
By connecting these and by being able to reach down into the firmware of the product, we're able to actually make that product better for the consumer, or at least have the opportunity to do that.
Right.
As we develop software and develop features, right, those are things that we can bring into a product that might be 2 years old.
Yeah. Right? Sorry, my phone is slippery. The new iPhones are very slippery. I will say this. That's similar to the smart TVs, right?
Absolutely.
Like, why wouldn't you get a TV that has that? Because you want those updates to happen.
Yep.
And so that makes a lot of sense. My question for because you work with a lot of different companies and not just your own appliances that you launch, has there been any difficulty with working with other third parties? Like, is there a learning curve? Or is there a closed ecosystem way where they don't want to open it up, or is there any challenges there?
I mean, there's always challenges with partnerships, but I think what's interesting is There's learning on both sides. As a a fairly large corporation, we have some, you can imagine, some processes that are somewhat inflexible, and on the startup side, there are a lot of processes that are significantly flexible,
right?
And they move a lot faster than we can. And so we've kind of learned from each other is how do we take some of the best things that they have, how do they take some of the best things from us, and how do we try and take what both of us can bring to market and really try to amplify something for the owner.
Right.
So we try to break down the barriers. We work with as many people as we can that share the same vision as us. We don't,
right.
we don't work with everybody, but we share the same vision of what we want to try and accomplish. And really, it's about them adding functions and features to their products and making them better over time. It's about us adding functions and features to our brands and our product portfolio and making them better over time.
Right.
And then those two things coming together into basically what I call an orchestration layer that allows those things to work together and live and breathe and get better over time.
I like that term, orchestration layer. That's very good.
Yeah.
Did you coin that?
I'm going to now.
Okay, right now, orchestration layer, hashtag orchestration layer. And I think that makes sense. You rise, was it all ships rise?
All ships rise with a rising tide.
Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple hard questions. Wait, first I have notes.
Okay.
My only notes is connected appliance platform. Is that what we've been talking about?
We've been talking, so the U Plus Connect platform is our platform, and really what makes it unique is that orchestration layer, or at least what I think gives it some of the benefits.
Right.
Is the orchestration layer, the partners that we work with, and how we bring that to life. And back to what I said is the fact that we can get down into the firmware of those products, so they're not static products in your kitchen, because they live for 10 to 15 years. And they become a vehicle for that software to basically influence that consumer, and then the ecosystem partners come in, whether it be a Amazon, a Google, or an Init, or a Side Chef, or a Drop. We have partnerships with all of them. We've announced some new ones here with, particularly with Side Chef that helped us out with our Kitchen Hub, that just bring unique things to the ecosystem. They're all different, and our consumers and our owners are all different. So we allow them to have that choice as opposed to locking them into something that's
a great way to do it. And I think that's a kind of a forward-thinking way for just business.
Absolutely.
Right? And how we all have to kind of go that way to succeed. Okay, here's the two hard questions. One, what do you think about the digital delivery services, the apps that can just bring you food whenever you want from different restaurants? That kind of coming into and going against the idea of cooking at home. Do they coexist? Does one become bigger than the other? Thoughts?
It's a great question. I think they can coexist, and I think there's a balance to it, right? And so some of it is time. So out of all my research, the kitchen's the heart of the home. There's never enough time. There's never enough countertop space. And there's never enough cabinet space. So they're what I call my 4 universal truths in consumer research. They're always there.
Okay.
Right? And so time's one of them. We see a lot of people that have drastically different patterns of eating and cooking during the week than they do on the weekends. Probably not a surprise. I have more time on the weekends to do things that I enjoy. So cooking tends to bring joy and emotion to people. They have memories of cooking with grandma, or cooking with grandpa, or cooking with mom and dad. Just that they tend to bring these things to life, and it brings them happiness. And so I think there's always time for that, and it's a balance. I don't think we want to take the joy out of cooking, but we do want to try and get people out of the rut of, say, the 2-week, 3-week rotation of things that they constantly buy and constantly make,
right.
and allow them to take a risk and guide them along the way so that they have a great result at the end.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is that pairing of whether it be called software or ecosystem, which is an overused word.
Yeah.
Even me, I've been doing a lot, but it's this idea of like education.
Sure.
Educating people on how to make the stuff, as well as making it quicker to make it.
Sure.
And then once that happens, then you maybe don't order as much from the Uber Eats of the world.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, again, it's a supplement. And if we look at some of the products that we brought to market with, we just have a new Heston integration with our full size ranges. So instead of having it on a small burner, right, we've taken that and built it right into the full size product. So you can get that same experience.
Oh, that's great.
On a full size.
Is that out right now?
Yeah, we're in production right now. So.
Ooh, I like that.
So our release came out yesterday. They've got a piece here. We've got a piece in our booth.
That's definitely that togetherness.
Yeah. So definitely, again, that open system, and then the GE Kitchen Hub is the other product that we've got, which really kind of looks at the overall system and tries to bring content into the world. So we can have those same apps on a 27-inch touchscreen above your range, which is a hard place to put a screen, but in our opinion is the right place to put a screen.
It is the right place.
So we've got a ventilation hood in there, we've got an Android operating system, we've got a 27-inch touchscreen, we've got Google Assistant built right in, 2 cameras forward-facing and downward-facing, so you can give mom a call and say, I can't figure out how to make that lasagna he used
Oh,
to make.
yeah.
And she can help you through the process, and she can actually see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
she like
help
looks
you along the
down
way.
like this
Yeah.
on the screen. You're like,
Yeah.
whoa, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
But it's the future.
Right, and it's a way of connecting families, because we don't live in small neighborhoods typically anymore, right? We might be 300, 400, 500 miles away.
Yeah.
And you still want to have that connection with your family.
I like that a lot. That's actually kind of almost erases my last question, which was how do we see the kitchen itself changing, like the physical properties of it. I've got the answers of it's going to stay the same because people want to congregate there, which is true. I've got the idea that it's going to be smaller because the devices are smaller, or things are kind of put together like you said, so you don't need it. Do you see that changing at all, the size of it?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a, being in the appliance business and being in the we have a heavy home construction, so we've seen it kind of ebb and flow, right? Houses and kitchens get big, houses and kitchens start to get small. Appliances still continue to be the core of what's in there, so I think those are going to remain, and they're going to stay a key part of what's in the kitchen, but how they work together, I think, is where we'll see that change, and how they work with the rest of the house to create solutions for people that give them back. I don't think it's about giving you back a half an hour in one shot, but it might be 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there.
Hey, they add up.
That give you a half an hour to do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Whether that be help your kids with homework, or go throw the ball, or sit down and read a book and relax.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about giving those options back to the consumer.
I love it, and I really like that idea of the screen.
Yeah, come by and check it out. It's a fabulous piece. And,
Yeah.
it'll be out the beginning of next year. So.
Cool. All right, Shawn, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
And GE Appliances.
That's correct.
Check them out. Is there a website you want to promote
So
for that?
GEappliances.com.
Oh, that's easy enough.
Easy enough. Yes.
Everybody today's had great .coms. It's just easy.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.